Hello, it's me! Today, we are going to talk about my favorite personal subject, which is inspiration. Where I find it, how I find it, and how I found my current painting process, and what I've been doing with all my inspiration and all my time lately. So, I want to start with what I have decided is my muse, and it is lighting. And if you've been following me for a bit, you have probably seen my recent lamps and light fixtures and what I've been working on. But this is more of an in-depth interview. I want to start with these wood plates, which I did a really short video on, but I think they deserve more recognition for what they are. There's one behind me, but it's so shiny you can't tell what it is, so bear with me. I'll put some videos and whatnot of what it looks like. So these guys, I originally thrifted the plates, these little charger guys, as I have been told are what their original purpose was for. I thrifted these because I have that girl that I did also on kind of like a wood platter. And so I was like, oh, it'd be really cool to do a series of women on these plates originally. And as I've said in previous videos, the lady on that plate is really where I found my painting style and the first official piece that I was like, hey, I think this is how I should paint for the rest of my life. Which is an insane thing to say as an artist, because I feel like everyone who is either just starting out, they're in art school, or fresh out of art school, or maybe you just see a bunch of artists everywhere and you're like, oh, I need a style. I need something to stamp my name, and someone looks at it and they go, ah, that's a Brittany Kennedy original, and they don't even have to see my signature on it. I think that's what we all aspire for as artists, but especially collectors. So if you're a collector and you're looking at art, you want to see that artist shine through their collection. And if you can't see kind of a cohesive thread, it makes you not want to start collecting with that artist, because there is no perceived value. If I'm a collector and I buy that piece and a couple years down the road, I want to sell the piece, or maybe you die, sorry, happens. You die, you're no longer alive, and that collector is like, okay, time to look at my investment of all of these years of this artist. And all of the paintings are all over the place and you can't see a defining thread. No one wants that. And so to make money as an artist, you unfortunately do have to find yourself as an artist. And I think it is the hardest part of the journey. And I've certainly had a terribly hard time finding it, but I think we finally landed on my muse, which is lighting, and my style, which is more of the blocky, using one brush, using a flat brush, and defining my style that way. There's obviously multiple ways to define your style. This is just how I ended up finding mine. And it was through playing. You have to play so much as an artist, and to truly find who you are and get good at it and spend hours and hours and hours on one particular style or medium or whatever your muse ends up being, to spend countless hours on that, you really need to make sure you like it. So for me, you can see behind me, that is all stuff that I've done, but there's no cohesive line because I was just playing. I was letting myself be free. I was doing multiple mediums. I was seeing what I like, what I dislike, and I was learning after each piece. And so now, where I'm at currently, oil painting, I think, is my medium, which is insane to say because I truly thought I would stay away from oils forever. As a kid, hated the process, the drying time, the prep work, the cleaning, the fumes, how expensive it was, the list goes on. But now, in my adult artist years, I get it. You got me, the oil people, you got me. I'm in. Is it the fumes, or is it the fact that They blend beautifully, and actually if you use them correctly, they don't take years and years to dry. And if you do the all at once technique, it's really not that bad. And so that's what I've been doing. And you're going to see a lot more of it, which is super exciting. But I do want to talk about where these came from. And these are less of the blocky piece. You can see it in the lighting a little bit, but you can see where I got a little bit more detailed. It's still with one brush though. I never switch brushes. What I start with is what I finish with. And I think that is truly like my mark as an artist and my style. So I asked the YouTube community to see which color lighting you guys preferred, whether it was this neutral, natural lighting or this more creepy, eerie green vibe. And unfortunately, you guys made it way harder on me because the results were 50-50, almost exact split. So I think for now, I'm going to do a collection of natural lighting. And then I will move into spooky season and do a series of pumpkins, but also a series of the green eerie lighting. So why not both, right? Anyway, so down to the inspiration for these. One day I was just looking at the great artists who paint light and trying to pin down what they do to make it glow. And I was so fascinated with the artists who are really great at making it truly glow when you look at it. And for years and years and years, I've never been able to do it, at least with paint. I've done it a little bit with colored pencil, but I really struggled with paint and just my colors, mixing colors that made sense and keeping like a cohesive palette. It was really difficult. So this was kind of a test to myself to see if I could replicate a bit of that glow in my paintings. And something I've really enjoyed is Gothic lighting, and I love a Tiffany lamp. So when I was looking at Tiffany lamps, that was kind of what inspired the initial little tiny pieces that I did. So like these, and I'll put some more on the screen, were Tiffany lamps. I love them. Every time I see them at antique stores, I wish I had $1 million to buy them. And I love the color that it throws on the walls. So I started looking for inspiration for those paintings, and along the way I ran across a couple lamppost pictures on Pinterest and just really felt inspired by how the photographer captured the glow around the globes or whatever was encompassing the light. And I felt super inspired by it and I wanted to replicate it, hence all of the lights. And so the first couple went okay. There's a purple one and the yellow one. Those were two of the first ones, and I was definitely testing out colors and seeing how I can make it glow. And then I stumbled across the green and I was able to nail it first try on the colors and how to get it to do that smooth gradient. And then I moved into the natural colors and the natural lighting up against a black or deep brown backgrounds. And that's kind of where we're at right now. I want to do a ton of chandeliers. I think the chandelier one, put on the screen, turned out so good. I'm obsessed with it and I feel like I want it bigger. I want a massive one of it. But then I also went down the rabbit hole of stuff like this. So this one is a Horror Nights, if you're a fan of theme parks, from Orlando, Florida, when they put up their pumpkin tunnel. And there's this beautiful pink and blue and purple glow of trees and then pumpkins everywhere. And it's been one of my favorite time. It's always been my favorite time of year. I'm a little goth alternative kid at heart, and you can put her in sheep's clothing, but she'll always be there. And Halloween is my favorite time of year. So why not paint something that I'm already quite inspired by in my new style. So it's very blocky, very colorful, the lights there. So I really enjoyed that process and felt very inspired to do more like that as well. But for now, we're pausing the color and we're focusing just on more of the street light vibe. So that takes us to my newest painting that I'm working on, and I'll show you guys a video on the screen here of a street that is in my neighborhood and how I developed this painting. Basically, it kind of slapped me in the face. I was on a walk one night and I stopped dead in my track and was like, God, the way the streetlight is backlighting this moss and these hanging trees is so freaking cool and kind of spooky, and I'm in love with it. So I took a picture and it's been sitting in my camera roll for literally, I think, 8 months. Because back then I was so terrified of lighting and I just didn't feel like I was going to be able to do it justice. And you know what? Past Brittany, she was right. She waited for the correct time for the inspiration to strike to use this reference image. And so I went back there a couple days ago and took a new video and a new picture to make sure I had all of the details right, make sure I had the vibe right. So I'm gonna finish up the sky and probably add a bit more depth in the colors, and then she'll be done. And I'm so excited, and I'll be framing her in this really cool frame that I found thrifting with this amazing mat, and I think it'll really tie it all together and be another piece in the lighting collection, which is super exciting. But as far as inspiration goes, I've been walking a lot at night, and streetlights have always been a thing for me. For some reason, I just love them dearly, especially like the old-timey kind of lantern-looking ones. Obsessed with those. And then when you go to the, I don't know if it's in the upscale areas or where you always find them, but they have the oil lamps still, where it's literally a flame in the old-time lamp. It's so hard to describe. I'm obsessed with those, so I can't wait to paint some of those as well. I think stepping into this era is going to bring such a cool collection of paintings, and it finally feels like me. I feel like everything behind me has aspects of me, but I always felt weird describing some of my art to people who know me, because anyone who knows me knows that I'm very alternative, spooky, kind of goth, kind of whimsy, and a lot of my art was leaning very vague. That's a terrible way to describe your own art, but that's kind of what it is. Like, I love drawing people. That's always been a muse for me. Even when I was little, I just loved people. I loved eyes. And so initially when I started my practice and I wanted to start selling art, I naturally gravitated to things that I've known before, which are people. So I started painting, drawing people again. But something about it just never felt like me. It always felt like there was something missing. And oil painting definitely added to that. I definitely could see myself diving into full-on oil painting and forgetting every medium I've ever known in my life. But the muse of the lights is what has really solidified it to me. Because lighting to me has always had a special place in my heart. When I was younger, I grew up with one of my best friends and ironically ex-boyfriend. He was going through a really, really hard time in his life during high school, and when we met, I had never really experienced a true depression in my life, and I'm very privileged. I will acknowledge that. Don't worry, it got me back. But during that time, I hadn't really experienced it. I was undiagnosed autistic back then, and I didn't really know what it meant to have a bunch of friends, and I always felt like I didn't need them. I loved being alone. I was very isolated, and on purpose. But when he came into my life, he kind of showed me and taught me how dark it can be in someone's head and how impactful that is to a young person, and why unfortunately so many young people take their lives because they don't have that light in their life and they can't see anything but dark around them. And so lights and street lights have always been beacons for me, reminders of that time in my life, because we used to go on drives when he was having really bad days. We just drive and drive and drive and drive, and it was always at night. And I would try to say anything that could bring him out of it, or make a joke, or talk about anything under the sun, just to keep him from shattering. And one day, it seemed like he was all better, and he got rid of me. LOL. I got dumped, and it felt like I was a light in his life. And then as soon as he felt good enough to go off on his own, he did, and he found other lights. And then it got brighter, and all of a sudden it was daytime again, and he didn't need his nightlight. And I now understand it was my place in his life to show him there was more to life than the dark. And we all need a nightlight, and we all need a street light, a lamp, whatever it might be, to show us the way. But as soon as you start seeing the light, you realize that the daytime is right around the corner, and more lights start popping up, and the glow starts to become light again. Anyway, that's me rambling, but if you can relate to that and you're in a dark place, and all you need to do is find your light, and I hope my art can maybe be that for you, of reminders that it only takes one. It only takes one light to bring a glow to a painting. It only takes one light to see the world in a different light. But yeah, that's kind of where all of this is coming from, and all of it is stemming from, is this place of being able to look around and say, that's my light, or that person is my light, or literally a light. So many kids grow up and they need a nightlight to sleep, and it brings them so much comfort. And I don't know, I think that's what these are for me, is they're like my nightlights. They're my reminders that life can be really dark sometimes, but all it takes is turning on the light. And I hope you see that in these. And I think with the natural lighting, that is definitely what I'm playing on. With the more spooky vibes, I think those shine with my like gothic aesthetic and really are so beautiful to me. So I'm very excited to release this collection. It's not done yet, and I do have a market coming up in Ocala. It's an oddities market where I will be selling this series of 3, and then also my lamp series, and then whatever I finish before then. So they will be my debut of my light pieces, and then I will put whatever doesn't sell up on my website, and you guys can have a crack at those. But as far as finding yourself and finding your muse and your technique, you kind of just have to be free. And that's such hard advice when you're trying so hard to do something. It's like telling you, oh, just relax. Hey, have you thought about relaxing? No shit. I would love to, but till you find it, there really is no advice anyone can give you, because you have to look within yourself, and you have to just keep playing and keep vibing and keep using different techniques, using different mediums. If there's a medium you haven't tried, go try it. And I know art is expensive. It's not an easy hobby, but get creative. I bet you don't need to go out and buy new canvases. You probably have some old ones flying around, or you have paint on paper. Who the fuck cares? Do anything, play around, go paint outside, and I guarantee you will find it eventually, and it will come at the right time. And for me, it has taken 28 years of my life to get here. But now that I found it, it just feels like the door just crashed onto the wall. It's so wide open. There's not even a frame anymore. I'm barging through the door. I can't stop painting. I've been painting every single day. I finish almost a painting a day right now, which is an absurd thing to say. So if you're in my shoes, you're looking for your inspiration, if you're looking for your muse, take a deep breath. It is out there. It will come, I promise. But you have to play. You have to get out of process mode and perfection mode to do it. And it's so hard if you're constantly in that mindset that everything you make you're trying to sell or you're trying to submit to a gallery. Sketchbooks are an amazing tool. I don't know. It's hard. I won't argue. It is hard, but I think it'll come. It'll come. And you got this. You got this. And I really hope you enjoy my art and it can provide some light for you in a dark time. This world is extremely dark right now, and I'm just trying to put some light in it. So I hope you guys enjoy. Subscribe for more, and I'll be posting when all of my light paintings will be dropping, and I hope you stick around for that. Love you, bye!